Good evening, folks, and welcome to Dusk Till Dawn. You're seeing Leigh talking to Simon Trumper there at the final table. We haven't brought the players in. This is the final table of Poker Squads 2025, of course. 4 teams have made it through. Not 6, but 4. 2 are going in with double stacks. So we'll talk you through the teams and the players shortly. Play scheduled to start in 2 minutes' time, 6 p.m. at Dusk Till Dawn. So, we'll just wait for the players to come in. I think we can start to see them fade in now. We'll have a rail in picture as well, I suppose. Culmination of a pretty spectacular event at Dusk Till Dawn over the last couple of days, of course. And Leigh and I will be bringing you commentary of the final table from the first cards dealt all the way through to the winners. And I guess with 4 seats in play, that might not it might not take too long. We'll have to wait and see. The medals on the table there, and a tidy prize pool available as well, of course, but we'll talk you through all of that once we start commentary with Leigh very, very shortly. As you can see, lots of organised chaos here before we kick off.
Challenge, I'm ready.
So an unusual format for APAT, albeit we've ran this annually for several years now. But for many of you who haven't played in Poker Squads, maybe an unusual format. Teams play over 2 days to reach a final table. Teams of 4, that is. And when you've qualified your team to the final table, ultimately, any one of the 4 of you can play. So you can be subbed in and out as the captain and the team decide. So each of the teams will nominate one of their 4 players to start the action here. And indeed, those 4 players may go through to the bitter end. But that's unlikely. It's much more likely that they will change as time goes on. I think we can see Lisa Greer there in seat 3. Given that we're starting with 4, Lisa will be in seat 3.
Evening, Des.
Evening, Leigh. How is the organised chaos going there, my friend?
Well, it's much easier to organise a final table photo when you've only got 4 teams. That is
I don't think we've ever seen this before.
Yeah, so the plan was obviously, I'm sure you've probably just been explaining this to those at home. Yeah, we were going to be 6. We've ended up with 4 because we've got 2 double stacks. So just confirming, we've got, so Charla was in seat number 1. We've got St. Helens Poker B in seat number 2. We've got, we've got, they're swapping ranks. They're in the wrong stack. Yeah, Power in seat number 2. I was going to say, seat 3 is St. Helens, who are about to start with a single stack. And then the Coconuts over there, Lisa Greer starting in seat number 4. I don't know everybody's names. I know lots of the players here, but I don't know everybody. And as you can imagine, we have got a huge rail of all of those.
Organised chaos, as always, Leigh.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody's already in the money. So because of the jump in prices, we've already locked up 1,460 is fourth place. Then it goes 1,800, then 2,600, and then 3,400 for the winners. Plus, the winners are also picking up 4 lots of £280 seats, courtesy of Dusk Till Dawn. So plenty to play for here, but obviously all nicely in the money already. The Coconuts pulled the £1,000
Oh,
mystery
no.
prize
Did
in
they
phase
really?
3 last night as well.
Whoa.
They pulled two, actually. They pulled a 200 as well. So they picked up £1,200 yesterday on day one.
Nice.
So all good to go. And it's a win for Charlois, who hit the button on the first hand. Right, he's done his bit. Right, moving on.
I'm out.
There we go. So Jacopo gets everybody underway. So for those of you at home, there are no breaks in this. So you've got Des and me right through to conclusion here. Really difficult to know. There's been a lot of chatter here, Des, about Tom says I'm off for a beer. A lot of chatter here. We just don't know how this is going to play out. Is it going to be fast and furious? They're all in the money and they're on the medal bubble.
I mean, they're
already.
on the medal bubble. First hand. Wow.
Or does it actually, is it kind of slow because they've got a lot of play? Obviously, it's 100, 200 are the blinds. The smaller two stacks have got 30,000 chips. The big two have got 60,000 chips at the moment.
Tons of play.
Absolutely loads of play. So I wouldn't expect to see anything go too crazy in these early sessions, but we'll see how it plays.
How, Leigh, the sort of final phase of MTTs, we had 6 of them running, obviously, to provide winners for what we thought would be 6 teams at the final. How quickly did they play out?
Yeah, they started at 1 o'clock today, and they were finished the last one finished at 5:30, which was St Helens winning their second one to just pip Raise for Jack, who they were heads up with. David Pilkington was the unlucky player for Raise for Jack, but couldn't quite get it through. It's very unusual. It's tough enough to win one of those 10-handed sit and goes on day 2 and get your team onto the final table. For 2 teams to do 2 of them is pretty impressive. Lisa was a short stack at one point, 3-handed on her table, and came back to do the business. So well done to her. Now, Pow were the first ones to lock up a seat. They were heads up in a second one against St Helens, but didn't win that. And St Helens grabbed the win to pick their first seat. And then, of course, once you've got a seat on the final table, I guess if you've got any players still in, I mean, they're not free-rolling as such, but they certainly can choose to say, well, okay, the shackles are off a little bit here, and we'll kind of go for it. So
yeah, no, absolutely.
So I think we might be looking to. I think they're looking to shut the big screen off because it's annoying a few players up here. So whether that affects, let me know if that affects the lighting at home or whether you're okay, Des. Let me know.
I think we're going to be okay with that, Leigh.
Lovely, that's fine.
Conrad on YouTube, Leigh. Good luck to Phil's team. So you'd expect some support to come in from people at home, and do share the link, everyone, so that we can get some support for the 4 teams still remaining in poker squads.
So Phil will be Phil Birdkin for Pow, I'm going to guess, or it could be Phil Garrett for Charlowers. So let's know which Phil it is. Say early days. I'm not gonna talk to every single hand early on unless I see some serious action. But it's just a little bit going on. And what I will do is I'll try and just keep it to the teams team names, because that's probably easier to follow than me naming a player and you don't know which team that is, because they are playing as a squad very much here. So it is tag team, and it is Pow who are betting out on this flop of Queen, King, 6, Deuce, 2,500, river to come. And it's the 8 on the river, Ace King for Pow, and it's King 8 for Coconuts, and Lisa takes down that pot a little bit sheepishly with the river card. Quite happy with it. We'll take it, absolutely. So.
Wow, something got very. A lot of the atmosphere has just died with that big screen having disappeared.
Yeah, well, it was. I think it was. Well, I'm not sure what the game was. I've been so busy this weekend. I think it was it Fulham against Crystal Palace. I think was on.
Yeah, absolutely. That top of the table clash, Lee.
Yeah, it wasn't even excited in here watching the Formula One earlier on. It was a bit of a,
no.
just kind of like it just sort of happened. I won't spoil it for anyone that hasn't seen the result yet, but yeah.
Conrad's come back to us on YouTube. Lee, he is in fact supporting Phil Birdkin. I'm his identical twin. We like that.
Oh wow! Okay, excellent stuff.
Cool. Well, we've seen plenty of flops early on, Lee.
Yeah, but I say there's so many chips. It is low balling, really. I mean, even the pot that Lisa just won, wasn't a huge amount. It was sort of about 6,000, something like that in total. But I suppose that is, for Powell, that was they started with 30,000, so that was 10% of their stack went in there. But they've checked this one all the way down, and King High for St Helens wins that one against Chalowers. And it's Chalowers because there's some lovely lovely merch efforts. I don't know how easily you can see, but they're really shiny.
Yeah. Yep.
You get a full kind of
seeing the shine there
thing going on the
no
on
shortage
the
of
those,
effort there.
So. Yeah, absolutely. St Helens, good effort from St Helens. Look at that.
Hand drawn, Lee.
Pretty
last
impressive,
weekend. Stenciled in.
Yeah. And apparently they if they win this, they're going to have that tattooed on their backs, apparently, is the plan. Yeah, and they've all agreed to do that. So that's what's happening. Yeah.
Brilliant.
So
I'm in.
That's how much it means to them. Yeah. They're going to drop off the B, though, because apparently the A team didn't have a good weekend, apparently. So, but really, apparently the B team was the real A team. That was the situation.
What is... That table looks so strangely. It looks like it's got sort of heat, a heat sort of cloth.
Yes, it's got red.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got there's a lot of red going on this table. So pre here. So we've got going on here. So on the button, Lisa's raised it up to 2,200 and has popped a time chip in to have a chat to her team early on here.
Oh,
so
here
the
we go,
re-raise
Lee.
from St Helens is to 8,100. So they put a time back. I won't get too close. They're over there chatting. We can go and see them chatting away what to do. I mean, they haven't got the skipper with them at the moment. He's busy, I think, playing in another tournament. But to be honest, it's Danny. So to be honest, they can make a decision between the three of them. It won't be a problem. They've made the decision. Let's go back and see what they're going to do.
So we've got Ben Haynes-Tate and Caroline Cove
and
also.
It's a call. And it is a call. So that's, say, 16,000 in the middle here. Here comes the flop. And it's Jack, Ace, Deuce. Action on St Helens. He makes it 12,000.
How's your small pocket pair looking now, Lee?
It's a very good question. And it's a fold. Shows queens.
Oh, not too small
Lisa
either.
fold showing queens, and that's a big pot going from the the one big stack to the other.
You don't want to
St
see
Helens
that ace.
take the chip lead. Yeah. So each of the teams have got 2 team time banks. They've all got their individual time banks because they're obviously all still playing on the shot clock. So individually, they can use those if they need a little bit of extra time in a hand. They've all got 2 team time banks, which means they can put that in at any time in a hand, and they get a minute to go and talk to their teammates about their decision that they want to make. Lisa chose to do that with the pocket queens. Did she want to play those pre? And the decision obviously was, yeah, we'll see a flop, and if it's if the flop's in our favour, I'm going to guess they would have carried on. But obviously the ace on the flop and then the bet out from St Helens, yeah, they decided to let that go.
Absolutely. And just on YouTube for Skatebird, what are Phil's team called? Con. They're called Pow. Pow Poker.
You assume it powers in Batman. Pow.
Yeah.
But I don't know, but Pow could stand for something. I've no idea. There is a possibility it stands for something.
Prisoners of Worcester?
Quite possibly. I'll ask Phil. I'll ask Phil the question. Does Pow stand for something? The Prince of Wales. That's
The
it.
Prince
Yes,
of Wales.
Of course. Yeah, of course it was. The Prince of Wales and Putney. Yeah, that was the conversation.
Lovely.
It's been a year and there's been a lot of poker going on the last year. Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now. Yeah. So Des is now recalling those conversations from last year. Yeah. So
I just want to know where are bar 9.
Your twin brother is very much in the chat. Yeah, he is active in the chat. Yeah, very much so. Bar 9 got through to day 2.
I know they did.
Defending their title. I just couldn't find a win today. Ellie got down to, I think, sort of 3-handed maybe, but couldn't find a win unfortunately. So didn't make the final table. This is the trouble, Des. We do so many of these. It's trying to remember. And now at the minute, Phil's just said Prince of Wales and yes, do you remember all those chats last year?
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember all those chats last year? Indeed. Yeah, absolutely. Loads of people on the rail. Shout out to Jacopo there in the middle there, who has been TDing all weekend for us. Done a stellar job, as he always does.
He's quite the entrepreneur as well, Lee. He's involved in, supporting some of the big European tours and stuff like that as well.
Yeah. I don't know whether he has any time to ever be at home these days. He's in Malta. I think he's in London in a couple of weeks' time. So, yeah, super, super busy. But super good at what he does.
Good to see.
That's for sure. So, apologies if the handheld one's a bit jumpy because I'm not on the gimbal because it was playing up. So, we are on just a normal.
Yeah, and if you want a break at any point, Lee, I can go to that.
You can get the back of a player's. Has that camera moved ever so slightly?
I might. Do you know what? It might have moved a little bit, Lee. We maybe just go a little left on that. Beautiful. There you go.
Let me go there. And now the screen's off. That works even better, doesn't it?
Sweet.
Yeah. So we'll go there. There you go. There you go. Well, checking this all the way down, it's Charlo's against the Coconuts. Oh, actually, St. Helens are in the hand as well. Three-way all fold, and St. Helens show a king, and apparently the king is good enough on the board of 5-4, queen, queen, 5. So on we go.
Superb, Lee. Apparently, both Birdkin brothers are in the chat. The whole family, I think, have joined us for the Sunday evening entertainment that is Poker Squads.
Well, Phil was very unlucky earlier on. Got heads up to try and get a double stack and couldn't quite see it through. Yeah, but he's done very well so far. His teammate was Dan was the first one to actually win his sit and go to get through to the final table. So Phil then had the ability to just kind of really apply the pressure on his. I think he might have he was either three-handed or heads up when Dan had won his. They were on the table next to each other, but yeah, it was St. Helens that got the better of him, and is now up against them again on this final table.
Good going. I see long-term APATer and marathon man Dwayne Stacey in the background there.
Look-alike.
Is it a look-alike? It's not Dwayne?
No, it is one of the St. Helens team.
Is it really? Wow.
I mean, I'm going to go with you've just gone with a bald man with tattoos that's quite muscular. Is what you've gone for. You've gone Dwayne.
Admit, I'm seeing the APAT logo over his face. That's probably not helping, but physique, general face, very, very similar, I thought.
So 6 minutes to go till we're at the end of this level, and it's been fairly steady. But we've actually seen a few big pots here, haven't we? Really, considering there's plenty of plenty of play with the stacks pretty deep.
Yeah. Skatebird is tuning in from South Africa, Lee. Impressive. And Conrad is saying Phil was unlucky, but he also went runner straight to crack aces before that. So, yeah, take some, you give some.
Are we working through? We're working through Phil's suck out hands on the chat. I mean, honestly, this is it's not us, Phil. It's everybody at home. That's keeping everyone entertained with.
We've got 200 people.
Some runner for the straight to crack aces. Yeah, doesn't remember. Phil doesn't remember that.
Can't recall that one.
Doesn't know what you're talking about. No. Yeah. He said he shoved into aces and kings back to back and won both. So could be that. Yeah.
Andrew's also on YouTube. St. Helens B nailed on for this best of luck from St. Helens A.
Awesome stuff. Boys. Great to see both the teams here this week supporting. Much appreciated. So I'll be interested to see what the teams do. As I say, we've got about 4 minutes to the end of the level, whether they're all going to be changing at the level point. Most of the teams normally want to give everyone a bit of a chance to play on the final table, but we'll see how they choose to play this. So I should say on seat one here, playing for Charleroi is Graham Littman, brother of Gary, and brother-in-law of Dawn. Yeah.
It's also on the team. Dawn is no Gary in the team this weekend.
Gary always plays for a different team to Dawn in this one. They've got separate allegiances in this one, but then they come together. They come together for the UK team event in February.
So,
which is going to be our next event, Des. Feels a long time away. It's going to be nearly 3 months away, but it will be the next event back here. If you want to get involved in the UK team event, it's capped at 45 teams. I can tell you now, we already have 43 teams that have applied. And the reason I say applied is we are always oversubscribed. So applying doesn't guarantee yourself you get in. But if you do want to, you really should get in touch with Tom and get those details across if you want to be included in the conversations, because that event, first weekend in February, is going to sell out. It's teams of 8, as always is, for the UK Team Championship. £140 buy-in per player. And it's always great fun, and it will kick off APAT 2026, and more importantly, our 20th anniversary celebrations. So it's the first event of that. So looking forward to it.
Fantastic indeed.
You're not really missing much because there's not a lot going on with hands at the moment.
No, Darren is out there on Facebook saying, good luck, Graham. And Darren says, good luck, the Charleroi.
The team that were top of the leaderboard at the end of day one, you'll have to remind me of their name, just hopefully you'll be able to find the information. I want to see all the chip-ins, I want to say.
Yeah, the chip-ins.
I think that was pretty much it. Yeah.
That's it,
They won 5 sit-and-goes on day one.
What? 5?
Which is nuts, isn't it? They won 5 sit-and-goes on day one.
So were they?
Bear in mind, they only played 10, so they had 10 stacks in total. They played 10 sit-and-goes, and they won half of them on day one.
Wow.
But couldn't find a win today to get them onto the final. They got really close. Sarah was 3-handed on hers, which was the last of the sit-and-goes, but couldn't quite do it.
And tell me, Lee, having won 5 sit-and-goes, they got to draw 5 envelopes, mystery prizes?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Any big wins? Do you know?
I don't think they had any of the big ones, but they won. At least I think they had at least 100 on each. So I think they pretty much have got them their buy-in. covered on day one. So, but hey, anyone can pick the big ones. I mean, poker raffles, we as a team missed out by 3 points, I think, on making day two. The guys were gutted, but we pulled a 500 out on day one, which got chopped. So we got 250 for that, and we chopped another 50. So the guys were quite happy. They went off with nearly 300 quid for their efforts on day one. And so a huge thanks to Tristan, Pete Thorpe, and Paul Haycock for representing Poker Raffles alongside me.
Oh, fantastic. I wish I'd been around to go up, Leigh. Maybe
you're captaining the team next year. You will be captaining the team next year, that's for sure.
Absolutely love that.
Well, this is going to be the last hand of this level number one. Blinds are going to be going up to 200, 400 next hand. So I'm going to guess we're about to see the same sort of activity that there would be in an F1 pit crew as soon as this hand comes to a conclusion. Whether you're going to be timing these seat changes, we'll see how we get on. But there's a hand to play out first, and all of them are in the middle here. 500 in
Family
each,
part.
and we're going to see a flop of 9, 8, 6. All four in the game. And Graham bets 1,000. Phil gets out of the way. St. Helens make the call, as does Lisa for the coconuts. 3 players then to a turn, which is the Queen of Spades. There were 2, so that puts 2 spades on the board now. Check from Lisa again. Graham bets another 2,000 for Charlowers. And it's going to get called by St. Helens, and it's going to get called by the coconuts. So we're going to see a river card here. Let me get round so I can show you the board. And it's 4 of diamonds on the river. There you go. Check from Lisa.
I think our St. Helens player here is Terry, Leigh.
Okay, cool. Graham bets out 3,000. So looks like a raise coming in from St. Helens. It's a raise to 7,500. Hold by coconuts, and time chip going in from Graham. They're off for a chat.
Get right in the middle of it, Leigh.
Yeah, I'm getting the camera in and trying to keep away so I don't pick up anything they say, because I don't think that's fair. But you can get close to them having a chat. We're having a look. Decision made. Let's see what he's going to do. And let's it go. So, blinds are up. That hand took a bit longer than we thought it was going to do, and it is like Piccadilly Circus. Huge change around. So Charlowers have changed, Pow have changed, St. Helens have changed, and Coconuts, they're quite happy with who's driving the bus down the end there.
Plenty of sport coming in for the players.
St. Helens in good position at the moment, chip leaders. And on we go, blinds 200, 400. Still really early days in this. Yeah, bear in mind there is 180,000 chips in play. So average stack is still 45,000, which is means we're playing well over 100 bigs. The flop is Queen 10 King with a couple of clubs, and it's Pow and St Helens in this hand. And Pow bets 1,000, gets called by St Helens. So we're going to see the ace of spades on the turn. So it's Queen 10, King Ace now. 3,000 is the bet from Pow. Quickly called by St Helens. We're going to see the river card, which is the 8 of spades. $1,500 is the bet, called by St Helens to showdown then. Jack 10 for the straight, and that's good enough. And Martin picks up the pot for Pow. What's Martin's surname, Des?
Which team are we talking about, Lee?
Pow.
Pow, it's Martin K.
Lovely. Martin quite happy. Sit down, wins a pot first hand. Easy game. The Pow guys on the rail. Neil, Phil, and Dan. I mean, Dan's so relaxed. He's having a seat over there. Look, he's probably just like, yeah, no, it's easy. Yeah, easy game.
Looks
easy
like it's been a
game.
long weekend, more to the point there, Lee.
Dan's the one that got him to this final table, so did the work.
Come on, Telf on a shelf, says Andrew. Telf on a shelf. Brilliant.
Who's Telf on a shelf?
Well, it's got to be St Helens, so probably Craig, I'd have thought. So I would imagine our St Helens player right now is Craig Telford, who is probably Telf on a shelf. I'm making some assumptions here, Lee.
I mean, it's a good assumption. I will
it's
ask
reasonable,
him.
I think.
Yeah. So it's Charla was on the button on a Jack 4-8 board, checked by St Helens, and Charla would bet out 3,000. That gets it. Craig, are you Telf on the shelf? You are Telf on the shelf. Someone's called you Telf on the shelf in the chat. So I mean, yeah, it could stick. Yeah, that's all. So, yeah.
Especially this time of year.
Especially this time of year,
Yeah. But it is very much confirmed. Yes, that is Craig.
And I think here for Pow in seat 2, Lee, it's Martin. This will be Martin K, as we said. A lot of love for Martin.
And seat 1 for Charla, yeah?
Yeah. So Martin is Pow in seat 2.
And seat 1?
Your guess is as good as mine. Charlewers have Dawn. It's obviously not Dawn. We've seen Graham, so it's Phil or Stephen. Yeah, Matt is out there saying, come on, bruv, that's Phil G. So Phil Garrett, I would suggest that the Charlers player is Phil, C1.
That is correct.
Good man. So we've got Phil, we've got Martin, we have Craig, and of course Lisa has retained her seat.
And the only person on Charlers we've not seen yet
would be Stephen Brown.
Who is there?
Stephen?
That's Stephen, yeah. So there you go. So that's the complete team that we've not seen on camera yet. Yeah, because obviously everybody knows Dawn. So yeah, everybody knows Dawn. So.
The freshly minted Mrs. Lipman.
I thought fruit salads were arriving at the final table for a minute. I thought this has got very healthy. No, it is. It is actually. We've got fruit salads being delivered to the rail. Look at this. Look at this.
That looks amazing.
Now, you'd all think I would say the spicy chicken pasta is the best thing on the menu, but that is the best thing on the menu here at Dusk Till Dawn.
That looks
100%. Yeah, 100%.
Superb.
It's proper good. It's nearly as big as Dawn, that fruit salad bowl, actually.
Love it. Go on, Uncle Phil. Sophie Garrett's out there, Leigh. Come on, the Charlowers, Phil. Come on, Telf. All lads at Flex shouting for you from Mark. That's for our Telf on the shelf, Craig.
So raise from Martin under the gun for Pow. Just a little min click and gets that through. Phil's not fancying it in the big blind. On we go. So yeah, Coconut's not made a change yet. Quite happy with Lisa in but they have got the rail. Ben sat looking enthralled by the action on the final table. Yeah, absolutely. But then two of the Coconuts quite happily just drinking, to be honest, leaving Lisa to it. Quite happy. And I think Caroline's around somewhere, but yeah, quite happily letting Lisa do a thing. Yeah.
Absolutely. It's Ben and Danny stood there.
If you hear a shout of badgers at any point, it'll be them this weekend. It's been a weekend heavily inundated with badger calls. I'm not even 100% sure why.
Nah. A lot of love for Phil here. George is out there. Come on, Phil. Let's go, Phil, says James. And come on, Phil. Ivy Garrett, says Stephen Day. No pressure.
Dawn has started something here, though. Let me just show you. So if I head over to the rail. Look, Mike Skit on the rail with another fruit salad. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, honestly, it's just APAT's gone full on healthy. And there's Caroline. We were just missing you. Yeah, but she's back. So that's it. That's good. So there we go.
Does portion control count with fruit salad, Leigh?
What, in respect of?
In respect of, that's a lot of fruit salad.
The portions here are very good.
Oh.
They're very generous indeed. So we're going to see a little flop here, blind on blind. Powell versus St Helens, Martin versus Craig. Ace 8 is the flop. Hardly anything in the middle at the moment other than the blinds. So I'm not going to get too excited at the moment, but Martin pops out a bet of 800 and Craig's going to make the call. So we're going to go to a turn. 5 of hearts on the turn. Check this time from Pow. And St Helens make it 1,500 and Pow folds and another little pot for St Helens. So Pow are going to be our short stack here, but not by very much. In fact, actually, they're actually probably Chalowers and Pow are probably similar stacks. Just lost a little bit of their 30,000. I would suggest they're both playing about 25k at the moment. So the other two stacks have chipped away a little bit since the start. So for those of you that might just be joining, we had two double stacks after the sit and goes earlier on today. So this is the final table of Poker Squads Live. Charlo is in seat 1 and Pow in seat 2. Both started with a 30,000 stack, and St Helens in seat 3 and the Coconuts in seat 4 both started with a double stack of 60,000.
Good luck, Pow. Catman.
So just a call from Pow on the button this time. Craig makes up the small blind and Lisa checks her option in the big. So 3 players to the flop and it's 4, 6, jack with a couple of hearts on. Checked all the way around. Ace of hearts on the turn. Check round to Martin for Pow on the button. He makes it 1,200 to go. And the other 2 fold, and Pow picks up a little pot there. And he has to give He has to give the cards back, unfortunately.
So Matt Garrett's just come in with, please can you give us a clue as to how much each player has in their stack? And I think Leigh may have covered that, Matt. About 25k each, we think, in seed 1 and 2.
So Charlotte was playing about 20, 25, maybe a little bit less than that, actually now. Might be about 20, 22. I would suggest now, Pow, I've got about 28. St. Helens are playing about 65, maybe a bit more than that, actually, about 68, maybe, something like that. And Coconuts are playing about 58. So that's roughly where we're at.
Good.
And blinds are 200, 400 at the moment. So the grey chips are 100s, the reds are 5, the blues are 1,000, and the yellows are 5,000.
Technical question coming in, Leigh. Where are all Tell's teammates? So I think we're talking about St. Helens. Are they on the rail?
So St. Helens on the rail at the moment. Just the one. Just the one rail. But one's enough. Yeah, one's enough. Oh, they're eating. So the rest of the team are eating. The rest of the team are eating. Power all over there. Yeah, Coconuts are all there. And well, actually, Charlowers were there. They've all just disappeared off. But yeah, they're eating. They're in there. Craig's got it in control. They don't need to worry at the moment. Not an issue whatsoever. The Telf on the shelf is in charge of the chips. Nothing's a problem. So all's good. This is the trouble, Craig. See, when the chat give me something to go with, then that's it. It's
He's not happy, Leigh. He's not happy with you.
Yeah, he said he's not happy, and he thinks he knows who it is in the chat as well. Probably. Can you remember who it was, Des? Have a look back in the chat and see who it was. Just to confirm his suspicions. Yeah, it could be that he reckons it could be his two teammates at the bar. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Andrew.
It was Andrew, Craig. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he's like, yeah, okay.
Guaranteed.
He's off his Christmas card list. Yeah, that's it. He knows who it is. Yeah, it's fine. Whoa, mid-level. It's a mid-level change for the Coconuts. Let's head over.
Ben is joining the fray.
Their star man, Ben, won them one of the stacks. Lisa won the other stack. So to be honest, it could be these are the only two that are going to get to play. I understand this is being streamed in the casino in Portsmouth, in the card room at
nice.
Grosvenor. So they're all watching their star man, Ben, now in charge of the Coconut stack. Let's see what he can do with it.
Straight in there, Leigh.
Yeah, not messing about, under the gun, raises it up to 1,100. It's got a call from Pow in the small blind. St. Helens out the way in the big, so it's going to be two players to the flop. Pow versus the Coconuts. And the flop is King, Deuce, Rainbow. Check from Pow. 500 is the bet from the Coconuts, from Ben. That gets a quick call. Turn card is the Ace of Hearts. $1,400 is the bet from Pow.
That's quite the intro for Ben here, isn't it? First hand?
It wasn't 14, it was 1,200 actually, sorry. So 1,200 been called. So we're going to go to the river here. Jack of Hearts on the river, so that's the board.
Possible straight, possible flush, possible trips. There's all sorts of juicy possibilities there, Leigh.
1,200 is the bet from Martin for Pow. Raise to 5,500.
Oh, it's a beautiful play.
So time bank's going in from Martin. He's going to one drop, have a chat to his team. You got a minute? You got a minute.
Oh, he's having another check of his cards. What does that mean?
He's just remembering what his cards are.
Let's wander over.
We won't get too close to them, but we'll see what they're doing. They're all going back to just to double check what the board is again. So the board is King, King, Deuce, Ace, Jack.
I don't think he's walking over there if he's got a king, Lee.
So he's bet out 1,200 on that river. It's been re-raised to 5,500, and needs some advice on what to do. Obviously, it depends. It's looking at the stack that he's got as well. He's playing about 22 behind. Decision made. Let's follow round, see what he's going to do. And he's going to call.
Wow. Okay.
And
let's have a look.
And Ben shows Queen 10 for the straight. He's made the call.
What's a brave call? Ace 4.
Yeah, and Ace 4. He had the ace.
The straight takes it.
Had the ace, and there's the first call of Badgers at the final table. Get used to it.
Wow.
Ben takes that one. Tricky spot there for Martin, actually. Difficult to know what to do. And Martin says, have a change? Yeah, we'll change the level, so we're up to 300, 600, and in comes Dan for Pow. For the Prince of Wales. The man that got them to this final table in the first place. Takes control of the stack. Let's see what he's going to do with it. On we go. Nice pot there for the coconuts. So Dan's now playing about 17,000, I think. So, Steve's going for Challows as well. Missed that one as well. So welcome to the table. And their Challows are playing about 23. So Pow's, as I said, is playing about 17, 18. And the other two obviously started with big stacks and have only added to that now. They're both well over the 60,000 starting stack. Three to the flop here, which is Deuce, Queen, Ace. Only Charlo is not in the hand. It's gone check, check. And Dan bets 2,000 for Pow. And Craig raises it up for St. Helens to 5,000. Ben gets out of the way. And Dan folds. The chips seem to be going to the two chip leaders here. Des.
Yeah, it was an advantage at the start, but they've really kind of worked on that, haven't they?
Absolutely.
What's the clock, Lee? 20 minutes?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So still plenty of time for our two shorter stacks. But they're going to need something.
But nice little prizes already locked up, Des. Just to confirm what's up for grabs, because we're already in the money on this final table. So even fourth place is going to pick up a decent bit of money.
Yeah, fourth place, £1,460. Lovely. Third place will take the bronze medal at £1,800. Second will take the silver medal and £2,600. And up top, Lee, in addition to the title, the gold medals, will be £3,400. Plus, each of the four players picks up a £280 DTD seat as added value. Very nice.
Yeah, so pretty good. Yeah, so whoever, say, even bust first here, what's that, 1,400 between four players? So, yeah,
nice.
Yeah, very nice. Nice bit of money for the weekend. It certainly will cover certainly covers your entry and your expenses. So that's for sure. And had a lot of fun. Of course, hopefully some of these teams will have also locked up a bit of money from the day one. For anyone that hasn't played Poker Squads with us before, it's squads of four, and everybody plays 3 rounds of sit and goes on day one. the winners of each of those sit and goes gets to pick a mystery prize out of the prize pool. So we pay about a third of the prize pool out on day one to all of the sit and go winners. We also added in £1,000 worth of poker raffles tickets into that as well. So loads of players have got entry into our Christmas cracker draw on the 22nd of December as well. And then the rest of the prize money is all on this final table. So it's great fun, something a little bit different to play. Players have really enjoyed the weekend, and it's always a good end to the APAT year, which has been a busy one for 2025. We've been to a lot of venues and seen a lot of players playing APAT this year, which is great to see. And next year is just going to be even bigger. It's our 20th anniversary year, and we plan on celebrating in style. Well, when I say in style, I mean Tom and I go to Vegas. I don't know what everyone else is doing, but We've actually had a weekend where normally Tom and I sat on the desk at APAT chatting about Vegas. Normally, we were in London the other week, but actually we've had a pretty busy weekend here. Both needed to play for a team each. We've been a bit quiet on the Vegas chat, Des. So you don't have to feel jealous that we've been sat chatting about.
I'm jealous of the play, to be honest.
Well, as I said, next year is your year. 2 players to the flop here, 4,000 already in the middle. It's Powell versus St Helens, Dan versus Craig. It's a deuce, 7 deuce. I mean, the hands I was getting dealt yesterday, I'd have smashed that flop. Absolutely. Not a problem whatsoever. Dan checks and Craig bets out 1,500. And Dan makes the call, so we're going to see a turn. And 6 of hearts on the turn, which brings up the second heart. 7,000 in the middle. It's gone check, check. So we're going to the river, which is the 9 of spades. So it's deuce, 7, deuce, 6, 9. Dan is all in. Craig makes the call.
Wow.
It's 8-5 for Dan. Dan rivered the straight, and it's pocket sixes for St Helens. So they'd turned the full house.
Oh,
St Helens get the win. We lose Pow. I mean, no disrespect to that.
Wow.
What you can do about that. Well done to the Pow guys. They finish in 4th place, locking up just over £1,400, I think you said it was, Des. Well done to them.
Yeah, great.
What do you do with that hand? What an exit hand to go. We are 3-handed. We are in the medals. Tom looks really happy about that. We're in the medals.
Wow.
What a hand to bust the team in 4th. But huge thank you to the POW guys for supporting the event again this year. Great fun having them here for the weekend. And we're 3-handed and we have medals.
In the medals. Very nice.
All right. I'll tell you what we got.
Steve means business. He's already counting out the Charla was stacked to let the other two know what it is they're playing for. 21,700 is what it's going to cost them if they want to get involved in a hand with Steve. Yeah. He's laying down the law already. I'm going to do a quick bit of furniture removal. Bear with me, Des.
Yeah.
We'll just get one chair out the way and give the guys a bit more room. There we go. There we go. So Dawn's picking up another medal, Des. Another medal.
No surprise,
you bothered
Leigh.
what colour? Dawn's really after silver. Now, we had a conversation about this on Friday night in the bar in the hotel, didn't we? And you're missing silver, aren't you? Who do you know's got a silver, Dawn? Yeah, Gary's got silver. Yeah. Are you 2 for 2 then? So Graham's 2 for 2 in APAT events now. Two medals. 3 for 3 over here. We can beat it. 3 for 3. Awesome stuff. So yeah, the Charlers are already happy. They're the short stack at this final table now, but they're quite happy with how it's going. Yeah, they consider it to be free rolling. Steve says they are free rolling, but we got a hand brewing here. 6 Jack, 3 Jack is on the board, and the bet from St Helens was 1,600. It's been re-raised to 6,200 by Ben for the coconuts. These are the two players. Craig's requiring a time chip to have another 20 seconds to think about this. So the board, 6 Jack, 3 Jack, 2 diamonds, 2 clubs. And he's going to let that go. Steve's moving slightly around a bit further, which is like, get the 3 of them in shot even nicer now. We get to see the good side, your good side. Yeah.
So, we're on the wrong side for a good side, Leigh.
Yeah. So on we go. So Craig decided to fold. Had a little bit of a thing. Didn't want to talk to his teammates there. Didn't need to have a chat with them. Was quite happy to.
Gary's out there. Gary's out there. He says, I have got a silver. Gary Lippman.
So there's a Gary Lippman in the chat saying, I have got a silver. Anyone know a Gary Lippman? No. What, they're all going? No, never heard of him. My understanding is that Gary's retiring with Shirley Cole. Anyway, that's the gossip I picked up from this weekend, Des. I mean, I don't know.
Please, don't go there.
Yeah. So raise from Ben out the small blind, being called by Steve in the big blind for Charlowers. So we're going to see a flop, and it is 2, 4, 8 with 3 diamonds. Whilst this hand is going on, Craig's just popped over to the rail to let his teammates know what went on with that previous hand. I think he's just using this opportunity to have a quick chat with them. Check from Ben, check from Steve. So we're going to see a turn, which is the Jack of clubs on the turn. And that creates a bet of 2,200 and a little cry of little and often badgers from Ben. Ben's just asked who's the drinks runner for their team, and they said, "Well, you've got walking chips." So to be honest, he's literally handing his wallet over to somebody. I mean, this is only going to end in tears. Yeah. And to be fair, they've declined the wallet, but they're going to the bar, so that's all good. The worrying thing is Caroline and Danny that have gone to the bar. They may never return.
Unlikely to return.
So Steve raises it up out of the small blind, gets called by Craig in the big blind. So 2 players to the flop, and it is Jack, Ace, 3, all hearts. $2,200 is the bet from the Charlowers. And that's been called by St Helens, by Craig. We're going to go to the turn. And it's the 3 of clubs on the turn.
Stephen going to make a stand here, Leigh.
It's 3,100.
Okay.
Playing about another 12,000 behind at the moment. So Craig makes the call. We'll go into the river. 10 of clubs on the river. Steve says I'm all in.
No need to consult his team there, Leigh. That in itself is a tell, is it not?
Well, Steve said I should have done a doodah. Dawn said, no, you didn't need to. But Craig is doing a doodah and is going to have a chat to his team. So we'll wander around and watch the St Helens guys have a quick chit-chat over whether they're going to call. It's about another 12 and nearly 13,000, I think, roughly. Jack, about 13? Yeah, about 13,000 is going to be the count. So decision on the guys who are massively stacked. Decision made. Let's find out what it's going to be. Very quick fold. Quick fold.
Good play by Stephen.
Steve's going to show. What was it, Dawn? Mr. Bun the Baker and what? Yeah. Awesome. Winning hand. On we go. Good spot for Craig there, using his chip to have a chat to the team, and made a very quick fold when got back to the table. On we go. Well, Steve made it clear when they sat down three-handed, here to play now. These two might have a bigger stack, but not messing about. Not going to sit here trying to. You're not really going to just try and ladder up here. You've got to play some poker, and he raised it up to 1,800 on the button. Fold from Craig, and I think Ben will probably come in and play, defending his big blind, which he does. So 2 players to the flop, Charlowers and the Coconuts. And it's 8-4-6 with 2 spades. Check from Ben. 3,200 is the bet from Steve. The Charlowers. And Ben's going to make the call. So we're going to the turn here. Ace of diamonds on the turn. Check from Ben. 4,200 is the bet from Steve. And Pompey's finest folds. Steve scoops up a few more chips, getting a lot of support from his teammates on the rail. Dawn gives a little jig. It's all going well. So Poker Raffles draw tomorrow night. Des, we've got an APAT seat up for grabs.
Yes, we do.
Light week on the draw. There's loads on the site, but light week. But you could be like David Pilkington. He won his seat here to play Poker Squads through Poker Raffles. Won his £140 entry for £1. So that could be you tomorrow night. But also we've got Vegas package on the site. We've also got the Christmas Cracker draw in a few weeks' time as well, and it's a Party Poker Tour London draw in a week's time. So loads going on. Quick change for St. Helens. New player at the table. It's going to be one of 2.
Let's see if we can dig up some name options, Lee.
It's Vinny at the table. Thank you, Vinny. Much appreciated. Yeah.
Vinny Mather.
Much appreciated. Thank you very much. And change for Charlowers. Can't think who's coming in. It is the one and only Dawn. The one and only Dawn. Knows how to play a big stack. Yeah. The short stack that knows how to play a big stack. Yeah. So on we go. So Vinny playing for St. Helens now. It's Dawn in the hot seat for the Charlowers, and Ben still down the far end. Not seen Caroline or Danny yet. They're on the rail.
Very interesting.
They're watching, but yet to see either of those on this final table. So on we go. Blinds are. We've got another just shy of 2 minutes left on this level, Des, and then we're going up to 400, 800. So starting to get a little bit tasty for play, and obviously they're three-handed, so their blinds are coming around fast and furious. In this sit and go format, we don't play antes, so they're just playing the blinds.
Classic little friendly home game, Lee.
Yeah, so 1,500 is the raise from Ben on the off the button. Dawn folded in the small blind, and Vinny made up the big blind on a board of 4-10, 5 all diamonds. It's a check from Vinny, and Ben fires out a bet of 2,000. And Vinny makes the call. Going to the turn then. It's another 5 of clubs this time. So it's 4, 10, 5, 5. Check from Vinny. Looks like Ben's reaching for at least one of the yellows and a few. So 8,000 is the bet from Ben. There's across the table at Vinny. Looks down as Vinny makes the call. Going to the river then. It's the deuce of clubs on the river. So 4, 10, 5, 5 deuce is the board. Check from Vinny, check from Ben. It's 6-5 for Vinny, and that is good enough. And Vinny scoops a pot for St Helens.
Good start.
And extends their chip lead. So blinds are up to 400, 800. So rough chip count wise, Charlowers are playing. What's that going to be? 20 and 26, just short of 30,000. And St Helens are playing 90-ish, and that leaves the Coconuts with 53,400. See, 53,400, an exact precise count from the guy that works in a card room. You'd expect nothing else, would you really? Yeah.
He is the GOAT, after all.
Yeah, I don't know whether that's actually his shirt or there's someone's lent him the shirt, but he has got the GOAT on the back of his. It's his shirt now, says Ben. So, and it's interesting because so Ben is the GOAT, and we obviously have working with us Tom Brady, who's not the GOAT. Makes it very clear he's not the GOAT, Tom Brady. So you might have seen this man in the chat earlier on, but it's silver medal winning Gary Littman. Yeah, up for grabs. Yeah.
Good evening,
yeah.
Gaz.
I mean, all I would say about Gary is if anybody fancies a projector, he's your man to talk to. Yeah, I'm going to say no more than that. Yeah, but yeah. Dawn's not happy with me now. I've even just said that word. Yeah. So going on pre here, and it's going to be St Helens and Coconut's going to see a flop. Already 12,000 in the middle pre, and it's 8, Queen, 9. Rainbow is the board. Check from Vinny. Ben for Coconuts bets 5,000. And it's a raise from Vinny to 13,000. So the board is 8, Queen, 9. And Ben lets that go. And Vinny adds to the pot. I mean, so it's an interesting one here, Des, because obviously St Helens and Coconuts are going at this, and this stat's been now is at 2 or 3 to Vinny in the last, which have been big pots, really, in the grand scheme of where we've been at so far. So it's not long here before that's gonna have chipped away another another 5-6K out of the Coconuts stack. So they're down to now 40, high 40s, which puts them not a million miles, not far off the Charlowers who are sitting there quietly. And obviously St Helens now, that's going to push them up over 100K.
Yeah.
180,000 in play in total. So they're sat with over 100K now, which is, over half the stack three-handed.
It's one of those classic structures where one double up here, Leigh, for, either second or third, and suddenly, they're pretty much back in there with the chip leader again. So,
yeah. So Ben raises it up to 2,000 out of the small blind, and Dawn out of the big blind makes it 9,000 to go. It feels like Ben's getting absolutely big. Ben's popped in a standard time chip for another 20 seconds. He's got one more team chip to play if he wants to. But he's going to make the call. And we're going to see a flop then with already 18,000 in the middle. It's King, 9, King with 2 clubs. Check from Ben. Check from Dawn. It's the 5 of hearts on the turn. Ben checks and Dawn bets 10,000. I think Ben wants to play his team time chip, but he hasn't got his entire team here to make a decision. But he's going to have to make a decision in a minute what he's going to do. Does he chuck another individual chip in first to give him another bit more time? I think he wants to play his team chip, but Danny Captain is not here. If Danny doesn't get back, Ben decides to make a call on his own. Hasn't got Danny here, so he doesn't want to use the time chip. So it's a 7 on the river. Ben has got Ben. So what just happened there is Dawn did reach for her chips and move them slightly forward, but it actually was on Ben to make a decision. Check. Dawn goes all in. Back option on Ben. So Dawn is all in. Decision back on Ben. And he's going to be...
Might have saved himself a few chips there, Leigh.
Through. Big sack, yeah.
Oh, no messing. Charlower's back in this.
So unfortunately, Charlowers are going to get a round penalty for the active movement of the chips going forward. So it wasn't about even crossing the line. It was quite clearly a move. So Jacopo has given them a 1 round penalty. But so currently, just 2 players at the table. So the board is 7-5, Jack, Queen. And Ben's making it 4,100 to go. So you followed what just happened then, Des, I'm taking it. It all makes sense, yeah.
Funnily enough, Michael Lipman's just posted, what happened? I guess he's looking for Dawn.
I'll just let this hand play out, and it does. So basically, during that last hand, it was on the river, and it was action on Ben, and Dawn had a stack all stacked up, ready to go, and grabbed it and kind of moved it forward whilst it was still Ben's decision on what to do. So it was forward movement of the chips, which kind of then still was action on Ben. So it was kind of acting out of turn, but obviously they played the hand through as it should have been played out. Obviously, once that was played through, then unfortunately Charlo was then get a penalty. for doing that. And yeah, I'm going to say Dawn fully understands it and is okay with it. She's just been chatting to Simon Trumper about it as well, who said, yeah, it's exactly the right ruling. And so they have to just sit out for a short while.
Yeah, I think we had 3 rounds, didn't we? So we'll see her sat back down again.
Was it orbit or round? Orbit. So it's just an orbit. So it's only 3 hands. It's only 3 hands. So yeah. So the other 2 will play. Obviously, their blinds will have to go in at the same time. But luckily, we don't even put Dawn. Dawn doesn't go on the naughty step though. But so it's okay from that point of view. Yeah. So it's Jack 10, Queen, and all diamonds. And Danny is now sitting in for the coconuts and has bet out 1,600 on that, or 1,700, sorry. And Vinny makes the call. And 8 of hearts on the turn. Check from Vinny. Check from Danny. 9 of spades on the river. So it's Jack 10, Queen 8, 9. Check from Vinny. And Danny makes it 4,500. Vinny makes the call. They've both got a jack. There's playing the board anyway, so
splitting.
Yeah.
There we go.
So Dawn's got one more. Dawn's got one more hand to Danny's at the table now, looking up at Dawn and going, "Why aren't you playing, Dawn? Why aren't you playing? I don't understand." So Danny picks that one up, and Dawn returns to the table.
There we go.
But of course, the hand that she won obviously was a decent pot, and so to be honest, missing the next 3, yeah, okay, not gonna. It is what it is. So I did hear Dawn in the background talking to Simon Trump. Said no. He said, to be honest, she's ruled that in their home games when players have done it to her, so she fully understands. And it was completely an accidental movement, but it was didn't mean to, but it was what happened. So. So if anyone doesn't believe it, you can play it back on YouTube and watch it in slow motion as
we'll do a VAR on it. Leigh.
Yeah.
We've got a man in the back
It's going
room
to be
drawing the
apparently
lines.
it's on next month's Crime Watch if anybody wants to check it out. So does anybody seen this lady for crimes at the poker table? As Dawn said, she's the first to have a go if anybody does that in home games. So, yeah. They get banished to the garden in the home game. My understanding is it's serious stuff. Yeah,
with a sausage roll, I've no doubt.
Yeah, at least Jacopo let her stay near the table. I mean, it could have made her go to the car park or anything. It could have gone really. So on we go. Let's get back to it. Blinds are 400, 800 for another 7 minutes of this level. 3 players left, all in medals, all very much in the money. Now on this final table of Poker Squads Live 2025. I don't know what we're going to do next year, Des, because it doesn't rhyme. It's going to be really disappointing next year. Maybe we need to change the name of Poker Squads to...
Poker Squads is sick. 2020. Okay,
I was thinking Poker Picks 2026. yeah. So
we'll use AI for this, Leigh.
Yeah. So Jack 10 Queen is the board. It is Vinny and Danny in the hand. Vinny bets up 1,000. Danny makes the call. So we're going to see a river card here. And it is the 6 of hearts on the river. Check from Vinny. And looks like Danny's going to reach for some chips. Makes it 2,500. Vinny's going to make the call. And shows Jack 5, Queen 3 for Danny. And so St. Helens scoop another pot. It's all kind of gone wrong for Coconuts in the last 20 minutes or so. They are now the short stack at the table. Danny's doing a quick count, so hopefully you can tell us how much they've got, because they're asking at home, Danny, how much you're playing? 85 million, Dan says he's got. I would suggest it's probably somewhere near 24,000. But yeah. The rest is in his pants, says Caroline. We're not checking his pants on the live stream. Definitely not. No, definitely not. Yeah. Definitely not. So yeah, they're playing about 25k now, and is raising it up to 1,800 out of the small blind. And Dawn's going to make the call out the big blind for Charlowers. So we're going to go to the flop. Coconuts versus Charlowers. And the board is Ace King 4 with 2 clubs on it. Action on Danny. And bets 2,500. Definite forward movement from Dawn there. She makes the call.
Onside, she claims.
So 7 of clubs on the turn. Danny checks. As does Dawn. Going to the river. And it's the 6 of spades on the river. Check from Danny for coconuts. Dawn says 2 pair. King 7. And Danny shows an ace, but it's not going to be enough. And Dawn scoops that one.
Wow. Yeah, it's going
Dawn,
against coconuts at the moment.
No, you got way more than that. How much? 50. Yeah, 50. So Charlowers have got about 50k. And over there is the coconuts playing about 25, which means that St Helens have got over 100, about 105, something roughly like that. So that's where we're at. Blinds are 400, 800 for another 4 minutes.
Good stuff.
So Vinny, confidence from Vinny. He says, can one of the team come in at the end of this level? He said, because I really want to play the heads up bit. So, I mean, it's confidence from the chip leaders, but the way they've been playing so far, you can't blame them for that confidence. So raise on the button from Dawn for the Charlowers, makes it 2,000. Vinny in the small blind for St Helens folds. Over to Danny, the coconuts in the big blind. He's going to make the call. Danny and Dawn obviously played a fair bit of poker against each other over the years. 5-7-6 is the flop with a couple of diamonds. Goes check check. 7 of spades on the turn. Uh, 1,500 is the bet from Danny. Gets called by Dawn. We're going to the river, and it's the 10 of spades on the river. Check check. 2 pair from Danny. 7s and 6s with a king kicker.
Nice hand.
And on we go. Still 3-handed. We've got our medalist, Des. We just don't know who's getting what colour.
Yeah, absolutely. And in the chat, Andrew says, easy, easy, easy. I think this was for Dawn's hand. And goes on to say, put Macca in and give the other teams a chance.
I'm assuming, is that St Helens we're talking about? Must be. Yeah, no?
I'm looking for Macca. Yeah, it must be St Helens. Mark McBride.
That would make sense.
Would be Macca.
That would make sense.
Really unusual.
Hey, cheers for all of you that cheers for all of you that are watching at home. Yeah, give us a shout out in the chat. Let us know who you're railing for here, who you'd like to see win this. The Charlowers, St Helens, or the Coconuts. One of them is going to be Poker Squad's live champions for 2025, taking on the reign from number 9 bar, who won it last year. Dan and Ellie and Steve and the guys. So they had a good run this weekend not to be for them, but we're going to have new winners. So raise from Dawn to 2,200 out the small blind. Vinny makes it the big blind. Flop is 3 deuce king all hearts. Goes check check. So we'll see the 7 of diamonds on the turn. Dawn bets up 3,000. Vinny makes the call. Jack of diamonds on the river and the board. And Dawn bets 5,000. Very quick fold from Vinny. And Dawn gets a little ripple of applause from her teammates. Blinds are up 600, 1,200 now, which is starting to get a little bit expensive for the coconuts down the end, Des, who are now playing about 20,000. So yeah, they're down to below 20 bigs now.
Danny may need to play some moving cards shortly. Karen Balby has joined us, Lee, and says, evening all, go coconuts.
I'm still not seeing Caroline for the coconuts. Whether they do that, it's all going to matter on what Danny can do with this stack. Vinny's raising it up from the small blind to 2,600 into the coconut big blind. Danny makes the call. So 2 players to the flop, blind and blind. And it's 6 queen king with a couple of hearts out there. Check from Vinny. And Danny makes it 2,700. And Vinny's going to let that go. Quick change for St. Helens. Little tag on the back. And
I guess this must be Mark.
Well, welcome back.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. That'll be Terry. Was it Terry on firstly?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. Oh, look, I tell you what, it's how good the service is here. Look, I've just been bought by Mr. Brady.
Oh, look at that.
Cup of tea for the final table. Love it. Love it. Yeah. Lovely stuff.
Get yourself a seat there, Lee. Take the weights
look at
off.
This. Two of the greatest minds in poker. Just chatting. Just chatting poker on the rail. It's lovely. It's a lovely thing to see.
Mr. Brady and Mr. Trumper.
Yeah.
So Ellie is out there, Lee says. We're all watching, rooting for St. Helens. And Nikki Diamond comes up. Go Dawn. Go Dawn. Steve is also out there. Steve Mooney. Come on, Danny. So still a lot of you watching.
Speaking of Danny, he's raised it up to 2,600 on the button. Dawn gets out of the way in the small blind. And Terry looks like he's going to play. Yeah, it's going to call for St. Helens in the big.
Danny
so 2 players to the flop again. And it's 5 deuce jack is the flop. Check from St. Helens. What's the coconuts going to do? Makes it 2,000. Quickly called. We're going to go to the turn. 6 of diamonds on the turn. Check from St. Helens. Check from the coconuts. We're going to the river. Queen of diamonds on the river. Bet of 3,500 from St. Helens. Decision on the coconuts. And Danny folds. So another pot for St. Helens. Yeah, this one and that one. YouTube, Facebook, we can't lose the real follow these guys that are commenting as family members. So we're giving them shout outs and messages to the players. Yeah, good luck to you. That's what's saying. We've got
Ryan is out there. We want Macca. We want Macca. For St Helens, that would be Mark McBride.
Bear with me a second now. We're just explaining the technology to Simon Trumper, who was asking. And a message just came up about meaning something about tea. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway. It came up like I didn't have a chance to read. I was busy explaining because Simon genuinely was asking, how is this working? This is it's all good. So the board is 8-8-9-5 and only a little tiny pot at the moment. We're both going to the river. It's Vinny and so Terry and Danny again. So the board is 8-8-9-5 Queen. Check from St Helens. Decision on the coconuts. And it's a raise to going to be 7,000. I mean, I don't know about you, Des, but the coconuts don't feel shy with that bet. Re-raise from St Helens and all in.
And called.
So it was being called. So it's 9-8. 9-8 for St Helens. Flop the full house.
Wow.
8-3 for the coconuts. So, yeah, I mean, hands clashing. We're going to see the coconuts finish in third. Very well placed to the coconuts. Third place finishers, picking up the bronze medal. Well done to the guys, to Danny, to Ben, to Lisa, and to Caroline, who we didn't see on this final table. I think David saving you for the heads up is what they were doing. But yeah. So, but well done to the guys supporting the event and finishing in third place, picking up the bronze medal. We are heads up St Helens versus Charleroi.
Wow. Well played, guys.
Dawn is happy because either they're going to win this or she's going to get the silver medal that she desperately wants to complete the set. So whichever way this goes, Dawn is very, very happy. Very happy indeed. So we're just quickly resetting things. I know it is a significant chip lead for St Helens here. So that is for sure. But these are the two teams we've got left. Charleroi, St Helens. Charleroi on the left, St Helens on the right, playing for the title of Poker Squad's Live Champions 2025.
Excellent. Well, this has played out very nicely, Leigh, I have to say. It's been a good watch.
Absolutely.
A little bit of work here for Dawn, but she's more than capable.
So Dawn's playing about 50,000, which means I reckon St Helens, Terry got about 130, we reckon.
130, about 180 in play.
Yeah. Not about, it's exactly 180.
It's exactly 180.
Yeah, we know that much. So King 7-3 is the board, and Dawn bets out 3,200. Very quick call from St Helens. And we're going to go to the turn. Big pot building, first hand of the heads up, and it's 6 of hearts on the turn. Check for St Helens. Charleroi bet 5,200. St Helens make the call, go into the river. Really big pot building first hand, 9 of hearts on the river. So the board is King 7-3-6-9. Check for St Helens. Dawn for Charleroi fires out another bet of 12,000.
Oh, you can feel the pain. Oh,
Yeah,
Terry.
it's about 23,000 in the middle, so it's about a half size pot size bet.
He's obviously got something he wants to call with Leigh. Because you just can't place Dawn on anything. He's going to make it.
Going to make the call. Dawn's got pocket nines. King,
Wow.
King Queen for St. Helens, River 9 for Dawn, and wins a
Wow.
big pot.
What a
And
pot.
so, yeah. Yeah.
you take your chances. Wow.
So first shot to the Charlowers in this heads-up battle, and chips away at that chip lead of St. Helens.
Terry's shaking his head. He's not forgiven himself for that one.
Well, to be honest, I mean,
heads up, reasonable call.
You're thinking, you're thinking in a good spot.
Absolutely.
So they both limped into this one. 4-4-9 is the flop. They've gone check 3 on the turn. Dawn makes the bet for Charlowers, and St. Helens makes the fold carry. So on we'll go. So Dawn makes it 3,000, and Terry makes the call for St. Helens. So to the flop with 6,000 in the middle, it is 9-5 king. And Terry bits out to 3,100. And Dawn shows the ace. Terry shows the queen, which is, which in this instance was the better hand because he bet. So that's what won. Yeah, because he won the chips. So still very much a chip lead for St. Helens, even after that little blip in the first hand of the heads up. Just a little blip, wasn't it? Yeah, we got rivered. Yeah. At least it wasn't rivered for your tournament life. Yeah. That's the way to look at it. Yeah. Oh, so there's history here. This weekend. Okay, so you've already had your bit of luck against Dawn today. Oh, today. Okay, right. Okay, they're evens now. It's fine. That's okay. So yeah, earlier on today actually. So not even over the weekend. Earlier on today, St. Helens got lucky against Charlowers. So a little bit of revenge on this final table for that. I mean, obviously that hand, it was Dawn quite happily firing the action all the way down the streets there, Des, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, clearly got a little bit lucky at the end. Great timing for Dawn.
Yeah, that's a beautiful one. If you're kind of repping all the way down the street sweet. And then do get there, you're in a nice spot. So this board, 3-10 Queen Jack 8, only a small pot. They've gone check. Dawn's got 10. Terry's got an 8. 10s will be good enough, and just scooping just a little pot, but it's they all count, as they say.
Some good momentum from Dawn here. One of our favourites, Leigh, is in the chat. It's only one Mr. Tristan Chaplin. Evening all. Thanks to the guys for the chance to play for poker raffles this weekend. Good luck, Dawn and co. Glad you enjoyed it, Tris.
Yeah, been great in Tris's company all weekend. And he left a little bit earlier on to head back to the hotel because he's got a big day 2 online to play tonight. So
nice.
Good luck to Tris in that. Yeah. Yeah, it's got a game on. I think it's on GG. It's some big guarantee for like a really low buy. So he's made the day 2 with about an average stack. So good luck to him in that.
Sweet. Wouldn't it be lovely to get a nice little win for Christmas? Brilliant.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there's some nice little tournaments coming up between now and Christmas. Obviously, whoever wins this is going to win a DTD seat for each of their team to play either the Christmas Cup or the UKPC warm-up in the new year. And of course, there's some still events to come. Party Poker Tour are in London the week before Christmas. You can win your seat on poker raffles for that in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Or actually a week tomorrow, actually thinking about it. I will be up there for that weekend. So if you're about in London the weekend before Christmas, do come and say hello. 7,000 is the bet here on the turn, which is 9, Jack, 7, ace is the board. Dawn's made the call, so that's the ball. We're going to the river with a decent chunk in the middle now. There's about 30,000 in the middle. It's Dawn check from Dawn. 9 of clubs is the river check as well. Jack 10, ace 6 for St. Helens. And little one back there, the ace on the turn for Terry. And Dawn takes a little bit of dent into the stack there and probably puts them back as they were when we started this heads up now. And that was actually a bigger pot than I guess you realised. They just got a little bit after the flop and obviously on the turn. But then they went check on the river. So it slowed up dramatically. So I think that'll be Dawn on about 60K now, I think, which means Terry will have double that. 120. So it's about 2 to 1 chip lead for St. Helens at the moment.
Yeah, still in good position there. Triplin, unfortunately, not in good position. Sorry, guys, it's bad news already. Had kings, it went badly again. Unlucky, Tris.
Yeah, his exit in the phase 3 yesterday was kings into 10s of Nick Rawlings, and that kind of did for us really to try and make day 2. If he'd have got the double up there, that would have been a good spot to ladder up a few more places, and we'd have got enough points to get through to day 2. But some maybes with poker squads, Des, you know what it's like.
Absolutely.
You can't do it, and it ended up yesterday. There were 2 teams, so 15 came through yesterday, and the 2 teams in 15th and 16th were both on 75 points, and the count back went to second place finishes, and one had 3 and one had 2. That's how tight the cutoff was on day 1 to get through to today. So
that is pretty close.
Yeah, so super tight. We kind of had the feeling the cutoff will be around the mid-70s, but it's always difficult to know quite how it's going to play out when you've got one team that wins 5 of their second goes in day 1. That does obviously sway things a little bit.
That's mad.
But it's nice. You can always lock up a little bit of money on day 1, which is lovely. They all went to the cash desk last night and picked up £5,000 we paid out last night, plus £1,000 of the poker raffles tickets, which we'll put into the Christmas cracker draw on the 22nd of December. So limp from Terry, raise from Dawn, and that's he said waste of time. That gets that one through, and on we go to the next hand. Literally just early Christmas present. Yeah, nice. So still got players on the rail. So Craig and Vinny over there for St. Helens, and the Charlevers are all Steve and Phil. And Graham was here a second ago, but his brother's here in
Gary.
So, yeah. So blinds are currently 600, 1,200. Dawn makes up the small blind, and we're going to see a flop, which is going to be 4-8-5 rainbow. Goes check. So we see another 8 on the turn, which keeps the rainbow theme. Check again. 7 of clubs on the river. So on we go. Next hand.
And Ellie's out there, Lee, and says, thanks for a fab weekend. We'll be back next year. Good luck, Terry and Dawn. Thank you, Ellie.
Awesome stuff. Great to see you, Ellie, and the team. Hope the bar has a good Christmas. I'm sure it will. So Terry race to 3,100. Dawn folds, and on we go. Gone a little bit quiet. Got 30 seconds left of this level, Des, and we're going up to 800, 1,600. Whether they decide to swap in some players at the end of this level, we will see. There was a shout from the Charloers earlier of in Dawn we trust. So
yeah,
we'll see whether they decide to change it up or not.
I mean, their fortunes have certainly improved since she sat down, Leigh.
Well, one won a big one and lost a big one. So so kind of is on a reasonable stack. So yeah, so 2-1 chip lead is nothing, obviously, because it's
no, I mean,
yeah.
I don't recall them having been north of 60k before. It's a good shape.
So the coconuts are heading off. So so they're all just doing kind of their goodbyes and whatnot. So they're hitting the road on a Sunday night. So it's kind of getting to that time of actually, because we're a little bit of an earlier finish, although it is now quarter to 8. So by the time we're done,
it's that question of do we go home or stay over, right?
Yeah, it is kind of that. What's the plans to do? See Danny just dreaming of what might have been longingly from the rail. He's quite happy with the bronze because he says it looks like gold anyway. It looks just dirty gold. Yeah. So. Well played, Danny. Good stuff. Take it easy.
I have to say the bronze is my favourite of the three, Leigh. Clearly not for what it represents, though.
Yeah. Danny makes me laugh. He's very much singing when you're winning, and although he says he's not bothered, he'll be disappointed because they've gone in with a double stack, and will have hoped, especially four-handed, to go with a double stack, and will have hoped to have at least finished in the top 2 places, but not to be. Charloers have come from the 2 shorter stacks and have managed to find themselves heads up and very much in the mix here now. So blinds are up, 800, 1,600. So Terry makes it 3,800. Dawn re-raises to 14,000. And Terry's going to let that go. And quick change for St. Helens. And Vinny's back in. Sunday, yeah. So, Vinny back at the table. So change of player for St. Helens. Dawn raises it up to 4,000.
No change for the Charloers. Raise.
No, and Vinny's going to make the call, so we're going to the flop. 8,000 in the middle already. And it's Jack 8 deuce. It goes check, check. Ace of clubs on the turn. Check for St. Helens, and Charloers are reaching for some chips and make it 5,400.
That's interesting.
And Vinny makes it 15,000 for St. Helens.
Dawn representing the ace. Vinny, not a believer.
Dawn pops in a time bank. Still got one team time bank if she needs it, as St Helens. But that gives her another 20 seconds to decide on this herself. And she's going to let it go. Nice play from Vinny.
Yeah, Cassie's out there.
Deceased. Yeah.
Go Chalmers.
So on we go. Blinds 800, 1600. Vinny makes it 3,800 and gets that one through.
What are the rules around switching players, Leigh? Can you switch after any hand, or does it have to be end of level?
Yeah, as
any
long as
hand.
No, any hand.
Yeah.
Any hand. So always, it's the same as when we were doing the tag team yesterday. So the rule we make is basically there needs to not be a hand in play during the table. So you can't just because you're not in a hand switch it out. You need to wait until the hand's finished and to do that. So to be fair to all the other players. So Vinny raises it up to 5,000. Dawn makes the call. So we're going to see a flop, which is going to be 9, ace, 8 with a couple of hearts down there. Goes check, check. So we'll see another ace of spades this time. Vinny bets 5,000 for St Helens. And Dawn raises it to 15,000 for Chalowers. Vinny's looking to see how much they're playing. The board is 9, ace, 8, ace. Vinny raises it up to 35,000.
He's been super aggressive since he set down Leigh. I think this is the third hand in a row he's been super aggressive. It's a great play. What does Dawn have?
5 seconds. Dawn pops in a normal time bank, gives her another 20 seconds to think. As I said before, they've both got one team time bank left if they need to use it.
Well, she hasn't chosen that option yet.
She's got 5 seconds. In goes another time bank, gives her another 20 seconds. I can hear her teammates just behind me on the rail chatting between themselves.
Well,
she's going to fold.
She lets it go. Vinny again does not show.
Now shows his teammates. So what I don't think he realizes actually is one of the Charlevers was actually stood with his teammates. So I think he saw it as well. So that message is going to very quickly get round as to and the call from Charlevers is the rail is it was a good fold. So sounds like Dawn made the right decision there. But obviously that's eaten into their stack. So
we assume
Vinny with a strong hand there. Yeah. I don't think he realised that actually one of the Charlevers was stood next with their rail. So when I mean, just showing the card to table man to tell the team what, out of the hand. That's also nothing wrong with that.
Spine in your midst, right there.
Yeah. So on we go. But a bit of a dent into Dawn's stack now. Probably playing now about 40,000, which means Vinny's got about 140,000. So that's roughly where we're at. And do you want to know who the spy in their midst was?
Mr. Day. Stephen.
Just
Brown.
Just discreetly just stood there, waiting for his moment. So raise to 5,000 and call by dawn. So we're going to see a flop, and it is 749 with 2 clubs. And Vinny bets at 5,000. Dawn's put team time bank chip in, set the last one, gone for a chat with teammates. Yeah, so she's very quickly gone and asked the team what to do, and is all in. Followers are all in. Going to call, and Vinny makes the call. So it is 6-5 for Charlowers. It is 6-4 of clubs for St. Helens. It's a 6-5 that is at risk here. It's another club on the river. That is going to be that. Wow. And we're going to have our winners. Charlowers are going to finish in second place. Dawn's going to get the silver medal that she always wanted. Well done to her. That is done. Let me get round to the St. Helens guys. Congratulations to them. They have taken down the win. Hands have been shaken all around. Well done to them. Craig there as well. Terry the far side. Well done to those guys. St. Helens are our winners. They are... but that's it. Hey, it's a squad game, so you're a winner even though we didn't get to see you on the table. You're the grinder that wasn't needed. Yeah, so, exactly. Nothing wrong with that. St. Helens B are our winners. They are our Poker Squad Live winners for 2025. I've got pretty sure they will be back to defend their title next year. But in the meantime, they can celebrate the end of 2025. Last event at APAT. St. Helens are our winners. Congratulations, guys. Very well done indeed. We are going to sort out our medal presentations for the top 2 teams. I think that's going to be us, Des, done pretty much. It's a very quiet looking Dusk Till Dawn now. We've still got a couple of tournaments on. Whilst Tom's just sorting some photos out before the players get on the road, we've still got some events going on here. So,
wow.
Yeah, we're still Dawn, the star of the bar, who's here every time for us with APAT. So great to hear. Huge thank you for everyone at Dusk Till Dawn this weekend. It's been super. There's still events going on. I can see Liam over here playing this side event, playing the final Hold'em game of the night. So yeah, so they're all still enjoying themselves here at Dusk Till Dawn. But we've got our winners. That's going to be it for 2025 for us. We will be back in 2026. First event is going to be back here at Dusk Till Dawn. It is going to be the UK Team Championship. If you want to get involved in that, it's capped at 45 teams. We've already got 43 applicants for it. Get your applications in if you want to. It will be done on a ballot as to who gets in for that. If you want to get involved, get in contact with Tom. Details are all on the website for that. You can just see the medal presentation going on. I think that's us done though, James. That is us for 2025. What a year we have had.
Fantastic.
And next year is our 20th anniversary, and it's only going to be bigger. I'm going to wander around and get a last few shots of these guys getting in for their photo. Come on, let's get in there. Look at them all.
There we go.
Look at them all. So there we go. There's our winners.
Amazing.
St. Helens.
Look at that glorious hand to finish with.
Yeah, awesome stuff.
Superb. Well, thanks for that, Leigh. Thanks for your commentary through. Thanks, everybody, for watching alongside us. St. Helens 2025 Poker Squad champions.
Okay, awesome. Let me get that one.
Look at that.
So Georgie Weir always used to say they lost him. They always used to play 4-6. So that's in memory of him for the club.
Nice touch.
Sadly lost him. Yeah, and they just say that's the hand he always used to play. So, and here's our final 2. We're just getting a shot of all those guys in together as well. What a great heads up that was. Really enjoyable. There you go. So that's us from Dusk Till Dawn. Last one of the year, but we'll be back in a couple of months' time, Des.
Fantastic. Okay, so thanks again, everyone, for watching in. Look out for APAT in 2026. Have a great rest of your weekend. Nearly done now. And we will see you somewhere on the road in 2026. Good night, everyone.